Flood emergency underway in western Washington. The second surge of the atmospheric river causing several rivers across our region to rise this morning. Residents in Skagit County bracing as a flash flood watch is now in place with the potential threat of levees breaching. Meanwhile, parts of several highways in our area, including eastbound I-90, shut down amid debris and flooding. We do have live team coverage on this KOMO weather warn day.
And we want you to take a look at all the new video, pictures, flood alerts, road closures that are pouring in overnight. You see meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell there breaking the latest down. Snoqualmie Falls flowing at an historic rate. Our crew's also posting to X every step of the way where they are right now in Mount Vernon under a rare flash flood watch. Auburn, where major highways are flooded out, and North Bend. We want to see your video and your pictures as well, if you can take them safely being the key here, because your life's most important. If you can do that, you can load them up to KOMOnews.com and chime in at the top of the homepage. But this is a historic amount of flooding we're expected to see. We just want to keep people safe here this morning. It is 5 o'clock. I'm Kelly Koopmans.
And I'm Holly Menino. This will be a day of weather people will talk about for years. Historic flooding, things like flash flooding, which we almost never experience. Let's check in with Theron now on this KOMO weather warn day.
Yeah, this is the day. This is the day it's going to be the worst around western Washington, as we expect many of our rivers to reach their crest, not only today, but overnight into tomorrow morning. So the worst is yet to come, folks, and brace yourself. Saturday, I should say Seattle, shows very wet conditions as we start. As we go through the day today, we're going to move our way to milder temperatures. Again, we're going to top out in the upper 40s to lower 50s out there. The rain steady will continue this morning, tapering off this afternoon, but we still have major issues. Rain, severe. Flooding, certainly severe. Mudslides, certainly a high chance of that. So be careful if you're near any slopes with the heavy rain that we've received over the last several days. Doppler radar loaded with rain along the Cascade foothills, but notice the return of the blue up in the Cascades. That's some good news there, because we want to bring that snow level down, but we're still getting very heavy rain just right there in Snoqualmie. It's been pounding for the last 24 to 48 hours. We'll continue to see that for the first half of the day, and then the second half of the day we dry things out a bit and then begin that slow process of moving all this water through our river basin. So the crest of these rivers is going to be happening sometime in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, the sheer amount of rain happening up at Snoqualmie Pass has just been staggering. Let's take you up north. This is I-5 at Marine View Drive. Theron talking about the rain is still coming down. We are still seeing some wet roads right now as some of these counties farther up north and in East King County deal with historic flooding. I want to take you out to our maps and give you a rundown of a couple things that are happening. I-90 eastbound from Winery Road to 436. Those lanes are closed right now because of a mudslide. That's where we have KOMO's Natalie Fahmy. We have different closures. SR 203 northbound from SR 202. Lanes closed there as well. And then up in Arlington, we also had another closure. But in Sumas, SR 547, that reopened at Frost Road, which is some good news. In Bellingham, another reopening we have, northbound I-5 ramps over to Iowa Street. So there's a lot that is changing. There are some roads that are expected to close throughout the morning now as we watch those river levels hit perhaps their peaks. And we're going to be staying on top of that for you as we can. But moral of the story is if you are traveling in an area that is prone to flooding, check your travel routes ahead of time. WSDOT was warning your GPS might not be up to date, so you can go to the WSDOT website and check your specific areas. Those ones are the ones that are up to date. You don't want to find yourself sent to a flooded road.
No, and WSDOT has that real-time travel map like you just mentioned, and everything is right there. Well, we begin this hour in Skagit County, where potentially catastrophic conditions are brewing along the Skagit River. Record-shattering flood levels are on the way.
Yeah, thousands of people have been told to get out now as emergency crews brace for a once-in-a-lifetime surge. KOMO's Tyra Majors is live in Mount Vernon this morning as those preparations get underway, and all eyes on those levees and dikes and those measures to try to keep the water out. Tyra.
Absolutely. Can you imagine that? A once-in-a-lifetime surge. Mount Vernon gearing up for that record flooding. In fact, I want to show you something. The city actually put up this flood wall here, this seawall, I should call it, to prevent rushing water from coming in to protect downtown Mount Vernon, which is just directly behind this wall. Officials, they're taking this seriously, and they are saying that people who live here should take it seriously as well. So NOAA says the Skagit River will hit major flood stage today, early today, and stay there through Friday morning, potentially cresting at 42 feet, well above the old 37-foot record. There are level 3 go now evacuation orders in effect for people living anywhere near the 100-year floodplain. That includes around 75,000 people. Fire crews spent the night answering questions from worried residents, urging them to leave before conditions get dangerous.
We're asking people to heed the warning and start making early exits. If the numbers are true, please leave. It's time to go.
Fire officials said the new forecast leaves no time to waste, urging residents to pack up and go. They are reminding people to follow all evacuation orders and avoid driving through floodwaters. County emergency managers say shelters are also open in multiple locations for anyone who needs a safe place to stay. There are also several locations for your animals, for livestock, and we have a full list of those resources available right now on KOMOnews.com. And this morning, just walking around downtown Mount Vernon, lots of businesses already putting those sandbags in place also for preventative measures. In about 30 minutes, we're going to show you what some of these businesses are looking like and what the people here in this neighborhood are waking up and wanting to know. Live here in Mount Vernon, Tyra Majors, KOMO News.
Yeah, and it can't be stressed enough. I mean, not just breaking a record, but really shattering it by approximately 5 feet there on the Skagit River. Lots to watch there. Another major issue right now is in East King County.
Besides eastbound I-90 being closed near Snoqualmie, we're seeing major road flooding in North Bend right now. We want to get right back out to KOMO's Natalie Fahmy. She's in North Bend, just off I-90 and Mountside Boulevard, which now looks more like a lake, Natalie, than a parking lot, and it looks like a river flowing behind you.
Yeah, exactly. I will show you around here. So like you said, we're in North Bend, right off I-90 on Mendigo Boulevard. I'll bring you over here. You can see this water is rushing fast. Looks like there's a storm drain down here, moving really, really fast. But the rain is coming down so fast that the flooding has actually gotten much worse since we've got here. You can see the whole entire roadway here. I'll bring you over here this way. The gas station was not flooded like this when we got here about 40 minutes ago. This water is really building up here this morning. Of course, major parts of I-90 are close too, so a lot of traffic is being redirected here. We've seen cars coming through this waterway over here as well. Again, that's something important that you have to remember not to do. Emergency officials say it only takes about 6 inches to 1 foot of water to float a car, even if it looks shallow and does not look deep here. It looks like the storm drain is working. That flooding is only getting worse this morning, so it's important to take caution as this rain keeps coming down. Live in North Bend, I'm Natalie Fahmy, KOMO News.
Yeah, and you talk about the water level just changing in the time that you've been there, and I think Theron broke it down really well, describing a bulge of water that will slowly work its way down. So just something to keep an eye on, that these levels can change very rapidly. Natalie, thank you.
At the live desk now, we have also seen water rescues from this historic storm throughout western Washington. Eastside Fire and Rescue posted a picture on X about a water rescue they were involved with last night. This was a joint effort for Eastside Fire and Rescue and Falls City Fire. Both had boats and swiftwater techs in the water to rescue stranded people in vehicles. This was on or near Southeast Falls City Snoqualmie Road. Also want to mention that we got a couple pictures from Trooper Kelsey Harding overnight. Troopers in Whatcom County were dispatched to check on a bridge. This was at milepost 32 of Mount Baker Highway. That's SR 542. Trooper Harding posted on to X that they were not able to make it there as it appeared the Nooksack River blocked the roadway near milepost 28. I mean, take a look at this picture right here. Water completely over the roadway. Signage is there notifying of the closure. And just a reminder, don't drive around those road closure signs. They are there for a reason. All of this also impacting east of the Cascades 2 in Chelan County. A stretch of US 2 is closed because of mud, rocks, and debris on the road in several locations. That closure zone runs from milepost 35 and Index all the way to milepost 85 at Coles Corner. That's west of Leavenworth. There is no estimate for when that highway will reopen.
Governor Bob Ferguson issued an emergency proclamation activating the National Guard to assist with flooding across the state. Around 300 service members will be staged and ready to respond as of today. Ferguson also asked FEMA to declare historic flooding as an emergency, which would then open up funds for the emergency response. Officials warn as many as 100,000 residents could be facing those evacuation orders, with rivers expected to reach historic levels as early as this morning.
If you receive an evacuation order, please follow that order. This is critical for your safety.
Residents are urged to stay signed up for emergency alerts. If you would like to sign up, you can do that. We have a link at our website. Go to komonews.com/hotlinks. A lot of people wondering about the timing of this. Okay, so when do these rivers crest? And a lot of people yesterday were hearing 4 a.m. and we're hearing somewhere now between 4 to 10. It varies.
Yeah, it all depends on when that surge of water gets to your area. So if you live, say, in Concrete, you're going to have a river crest much earlier than, say, Mount Vernon. And that's the river that everybody's really watching right now, because we're going to see river levels there that have never been recorded, which is hard to even get your head around when you think about it, how long weather records have been kept. But they're just crossing their fingers there in Skagit County that those levees will hold as that surge of water comes down. So we're expecting early this morning near the Cascades, closer to the Sound later on this morning, or even later on this afternoon and overnight tonight. It will take some time, and it all depends on, again, how much rain we get this morning. Live look at Bremerton National Airport. It is very wet outside to start the day once again, but we've taken a couple elements out of the sort of trifecta to create all this flooding. We've brought the snow level down. That's some good news. We can start that process. We've also calmed the winds down, so the landslide danger will be reduced a bit, but we still have waterlogged grounds. But that camera's so sopping wet, you can hardly make out that that's an airport. When you look here at our issues today, rain certainly severe this morning, flooding at least severe, if not more. Slide danger is high, so watch out for that, but the gusty winds have dissipated. Doppler radar, looking here, you can see some of the heavy rain along the Cascade foothills, and again, some of that blew up in the Cascades. Love to see that at Snoqualmie Pass this morning. That shows that the change has begun. You're actually going to feel cooler temperatures in the lowlands today, but again, that flash flood watch, almost unheard of in western Washington, is in effect, not due to a stable, say, thunderstorm or something that would typically happen in the southwest that would cause that, but because they're concerned that, again, those levees may not hold, so that vast floodplain there in Skagit County, any place could experience severe flooding if one of those levees were to give way with that record amount of rain coming on through. A wider view gives an idea of just how intense this situation is today. Major flooding on all the rivers listed there, and then serious flooding on just about all the rest. It's hard to really get your head around, as I said, just how much water we're dealing with today and then into tomorrow, even beyond that. Futurecast shows the heavy rain at 7:30 this morning, still falling in Seattle out toward the Cascade foothills. Also going to continue to see the snow level coming down. That's some good news. But then we get a break from the rain midday. Here's your noon. Bit of a breather there, but even at that point, some of our rivers will be cresting at some of their highest levels, even though the rain will have stopped. More rain comes through this afternoon, but doesn't stick around too long. And then we're into a drier trend, just some scattered showers on through Friday and into Saturday. But it's going to take a while, again, for that surge of moisture to work its way through river basins. Some of the highest river levels, like the Snoqualmie, still have yet to come, and other rivers like the Skokomish, the Snohomish as well, and the Skagit River. But put almost any river on the list, and we're going to find some flooding, certainly through all of our western Washington counties.